I'm going to try to show you real quick what I'm doing with this community project, where I went up to Port Townsend and I worked with some kids at an after-school program to make these sea stars. And this one is made by Isabel and Amelia. They teamed up to make a sunflower sea star, which is pretty hard. Most of the kids just did 5-legged sea stars. So what I did after they're finished, they put them onto contact paper, which is sticky, so the pieces stay in place but can be moved around. And then I tile tape the top with a stickier, tile tape is stickier and holds faster. So what I'm trying to do is get it to this point, which is where it's actually grouted, it's in mesh on the back with mortar, and it's like a tile, it's ready to just stick on the wall. But for right now, it's just like this, and I'm going to flip it over on a board, and I can peel very carefully the contact paper off, and it still stays stuck to the tile tape. There might be other ways. Some people use paper and a kind of paste, so they just soak the paper off afterward. This is just a really fast way that's not messy that I can work with kids, even though I don't like the plastic waste. I haven't found a better way. Okay, so now it's like this. I'm going to set it aside, and I have, this is plastic coated paper, it's from the contact paper, and I'm placing a piece of mesh over the top of it. It's hard to see because it's white on white, but what I'm doing now is I'm just smearing the thin set onto the mesh. I tinted the thin set because it's inevitably going to squish up between the interstices of the tiles, and the tile tape will hopefully stop most of it from coming through, and hopefully I can match this to the grout so that it's not too obvious where the spaces between the pieces got filled up with thin set. If I used white thin set, I'd end up with little white globs in between the gray. So I'm just, this is I've tried, and I have done other ways where if it's simple, I can put the thin set on the back of each tile, but there are a lot of pieces in that one, so the easiest way is just to smear this whole thing and then kind of create a level bed the way you would if you're installing. And then I can take, and actually the easiest way to do this so that the pieces don't fall off, it's going to be hard to show with this at the angle it's at, but I'm going to lift these, and I'm basically mushing the two boards together so that this was upside down on the other board. Now it's right side up, and I'm squishing it into that mortar. And I can already see where in here there's a lot of mortar coming up. It's filling the spaces, and that's okay because it'll blend in with the grout. There are a couple places where I need to make sure that I get a little bit more underneath, so I can kind of lift it up, stick it in. And before I finish up here, I'll make sure that there's thin set under every single piece, that it's all stuck to the mesh, and then I'm going to scrape out the excess so that tomorrow I can come in and cut those out really easily. So I'll cut the mesh out from in between the legs of this, and then when it's all set up, it's going to be getting closer to this, but before I'm done I'm going to add grout. So that I can take them all up like they're individual tiles and just stick them all into the mortar bed on the wall.